Tumas of Torah. This year is entitled Kivush Aretz, one of the most complex mitzvot in the whole Torah. Matos Masa, as we learned in the previous year, is filled with complications regarding the mitzvah of Kivush, of conquering Eretz Israel. And the Mokav complexity is not only found in the parashiyot themselves, but in reality. Just take a look at history. The very first generation, the Meraglim, Ten Gedolim, say not the right time to come to Yishuv Aretz. We should be in the Midbar, go back to Mitzrayim. We should not go to Israel. It's not the time. These are not Stam people. These are 10 leaders. And of course, the Jews followed them. So right off the bat, complexity is seen. Yoshua comes to Eretz Israel, very successful sefer, but even Yoshua, with his great success, they did not conquer all of Eretz Israel. There were still enemies left, and that plagued us for hundreds of years in the book of Shoftim. Then it took hundreds of years till David came along and said, okay, the crescendo of Yishuv Aretz is building the Mikdash. Till then it was in the Mishkan. Good question. What happened till then? Should have it been built earlier? Why not? Baruch Hashem, we have Eretz Israel. We have the Mikdash in Shlomo's times. David was not allowed to build it. Shlomo did, obviously. And Baruch Hashem. Then we're kicked out because of our sins. 70 years. Yirmiyahu said several times, 70 years we'll be back. And what happened? 70 years later, who comes back? 40,000 people, and not the most glorious people. Some very basic people were violating halachot, intermarried. What happened to the Am? The hundreds of thousands, millions of people. We never even reached Rove in the second temple. Everyone had their reasons why to stay, build up the Babylonian communities. And that lasted a few hundred years. Kicked out, 10 years, 70 years, 100 years, 200 years, 500 years. Just a trickle of people in Eretz Israel, a few people here and there. And only in the 17, 18, 1900s does it start happening again. And even when we finally have Jewish sovereignty back in 1948, again, many of the great people, the great leaders of the Jewish people, the great rabbis don't say anything special. No, this is not it. There's not a great bracha. There's not beginning of the Gula. Obviously, I think it's a horrible mistake to say that. But many great people, that's what they maintained and maintain till today. It's a very complex mitzvah. In the third part of this series, I want to analyze the question of Kivush Aretz nowadays. Which parts of Israel should be conquered? And I think there's been a dynamic change in that as well. Mitzvah Hashem, we'll see that in the next year. Shalom.